I did think of a good nickname for you. And matter of fact, I came up with it whilst watching Jackass Forever.
It's finally on HBO.
No, it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount.
Poopies.
Damn, that was quick.
Why am I poopies?
Poopies.
Because I shit my pants one time?
No, just because you always have non-pleasant doo-doos. Just call you poopies.
That's fair.
I mean, you know. I was seriously watching it, and it was like, yeah, it's poopies. And I was like, oh, Chris. Yes. I was like, that would be a good one. But I decided I would leave that up to you if you wanted to dub that nickname or not.
I'll take poopies.
Take poopies?
Yeah.
Okay. I still got to think of one for everybody else. I'm leaning towards like sleep or poopies, sleepy.
No, I like Tito.
Tito?
Uncle Tito.
Uncle Tito?
Rocket Power.
Okay. Well, Uncle Tito. Uncle Tito it is.
That's my favorite.
Okay. I still don't know about you though, Tyler.
I'm telling you, dude. DGLC.
Yeah.
What's DGL?
Dollar Store Luke Combs.
No. We got to keep it low.
You like one artist, and all of a sudden you're...
What do you mean?
Because I like Luke Combs.
I mean, look at what you're wearing, dude.
Well, I know that, but we don't want to...
Luke Combs is probably wearing that exact outfit right now.
This exact one.
Yeah.
Right now.
Down to the G-string you're actually wearing underneath your pants.
Yeah.
How'd you know he was wearing a G-string?
How'd you know?
And a butt plug.
How'd you know?
If I could smell the lube.
Is it the way I walk?
Interesting topic really quick. Me and Louise were in Total Wine last night. And could you use like one of those wine stopper things as a butt plug?
Probably. They're kind of the same shape.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Slightlies Podcast. I'm Tyler with Sean, Chris, and John.
What a subject.
Yeah, we this will be the first time we really don't have anything planned.
Yeah, we're just kind of...
We're just winging it.
Yep.
So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Payback.
I do have not a long story, rather quick, but I went to a birthday party last night.
Fancy.
Was it another kid's birthday party with everybody getting drunk again?
No, but they were Brazilians probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were Brazilians.
Gotcha.
But they're like, yeah, come to this guy's house and sent me the location. I was like, all right, sweet, I'll pull up. So I was on 7 blank, a highway near here.
I think people that listen to this 9 times out of 10, they know where we are.
Well,
we've mentioned street names and stores and an awful lot, so I think
if you're a real OG, you know where we are.
Well, I pulled down the street and I was like, I was using Google Maps and it didn't come up on Google Maps. Like, it had me going straight and then it came to like a T in the road and Google Maps was telling me to drive straight, like into the woods.
Did you?
No, I was half tempted to. What? Fuck.
Well, I told you,
dude, you could sue Google Maps. If Google Maps was telling you to go straight and you went straight, I mean, granted, the judge is going to be looking at you the whole time like you are a serious idiot.
Yeah,
but you could win that.
I probably.
That's like people. That's like people that have sued McDonald's for their coffee being too hot and burning their mouth on their
I
hot.
hate that story so much.
Yeah, I like no joke. There was back home. There was a guy. His aunt sued some chicken shop because she burnt her tongue on a pickle.
I'm so sorry.
You are... Oh, my God.
Well, so I get to the house. While I'm pulling up to the house. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there, I'm like, all my friends are poor, right? We're all poor. And I'm pulling up, I'm like, no way, this is the fucking house, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, this bitch is like, has its own road, has a gated fence out front of it.
This people's house?
Yeah. And I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, this ain't your fucking house, because I know the person whose birthday it was, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, just go off the, around the side of the gate and meet us out back to the garage. Okay, so I'm pulling up. This house, I didn't go inside, but probably 7 bedrooms, 8 bedrooms.
Jeez.
Fucking giant columns, just rich people shit. And there's a fucking lake right out front of the house. Pull around back, 6-car garage.
Jeez.
With a whole, probably, I'd say a football field and a half next to the house of just a field. And they had goats, turkeys, chickens, whatnot. And I started like asking around. I'm like, whose house is this exactly? Because I haven't met this person.
Yeah.
And like, oh, the owner isn't here. They're in Aruba.
What the?
So what,
I'm
are you
like-
just borrowing the place while they're gone? Or?
Well, apparently there's some guy there that's like the groundskeeper,
Oh, okay.
and he knew that the owner was out of town. So I don't know if the owner actually knew that there's like 40 people there or not.
Oh.
Like using his volleyball court, his swimming pool.
What the?
So nobody could ever even go in the house? You were
Dude,
just
we
partying
fucking-
outside?
We were feeding the goats beer.
Dude, he's going to come back home and have his goats all dead and shit. Like, what happened to my goats?
So maybe
And-
we should cut this part out of the podcast, so
Well-
in case Chris gets brought up on charges
Well,
of killing.
I mean,
goats.
you would think somebody with a house that size, that nice, there's got to be cameras.
Oh, he had cameras. Oh, yeah.
So we had to know that you guys were there.
That's just. Here's my question: where did everybody go to the bathroom?
The garage actually had a bathroom in it with the gym and with like.
Were
a
there
barbecue.
cars in the garage? Like nice cars?
I don't know. We only really used 2 or 3 of the bays. We didn't use all of them. And there's like walls separating.
Oh, really? Dude, you got that fancy garage right there.
I
Shit.
don't even know, man.
Dude, that's like a dream house right there. Big ass house, pond, and that's like my parents' house. You know, they got a big log cabin out in the middle of nowhere, huge pond sitting on 3.5, 4 acres, something like that. Dude, I always tell my wife, I said, if my parents ever try to sell that house or something like that, I want to buy it.
We're going to Indiana.
Like it's just that right there is the country dream.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, even
where
I've said that.
just being here, dude. This is too damn city for me.
Yeah.
I can't stand this.
I've always said that I don't want like a huge house. If I were to
No.
have anything, I want the land. I could
Dude,
have a small
dude,
ass
give me a
house.
double wide on 20 acres
Yeah.
and a pond.
Even
I don't care.
that, I'd be happy.
Straight, I'd be great.
Double wides are actually really nice, by the way. People always.
Yeah, they're
trash
Well, they're
talk them.
nice,
they-
but
they
they're
can
built.
be fancy, bro.
They're built.
shitty.
They're built shitty though.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like 2x4s, what is it like 2x3s? Or,
Well, I think they
or-
changed it now to 2x4s.
Oh, did they switch
but
it to 2x4s?
It used to be like 1x3s. And stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm the type. Even if I bought a brand new one and bought it, you know, basic or something like that, I'd probably go through and tear everything out and put real drywall in and redo
Yeah,
all
that's-
kinds of shit
I'll
or
do that.
something. Because that's just me. For some reason, I like to take a good thing and make it better for some reason, or at least try to make it better.
Well, especially when you have something you can make it your own, especially something like that. That's when you're really gonna be.
Dude, I even do that
Happy
with this
with
house.
it.
I mean, shit, I'm renting this house, but I put so much money into trying to make it, you know, I mean, shit, I've been here for 4 years now. You know, our landlord's cool as shit. You know, I said, do whatever you want to do, you know, just don't burn the damn house down. So, I mean, if I'm going to stay here, I'm going to be comfortable while I'm here. So I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah,
make it
totally.
like I want it to be.
Yeah.
So now the backyard is out of that because you know, the backyard's a little rough. It does look like you're stepping into the
You know, walk through the jungle.
yeah.
I remember
Well,
once.
it's because my landscaper hasn't came to mow my yard yet. So if he does,
Once I went to Indiana. I'm not sure where you're from in Indiana, but
east side of Indianapolis.
You say
I was in like the.
represent.
Where did you go? Southern Indiana, I'm assuming.
God, I can't remember.
Evansville, Lafayette.
This
Fort
has been a
Wayne.
great story.
30, 45 minutes out of Elkhart.
I know where Elkhart is.
And
South of Elkhart.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh, okay.
And all I remember though, we got up early because we kept hearing about the rise and roll. Right, it was like Amish country. And the
Oh,
rise and roll was like a
Okay.
super Amish breakfast.
damn
place.
it! I can't remember what. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
There's a big ass Amish community there and shit too.
It's fucking
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
And so we
Yeah.
were like up at, I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning trying to make it here because it's like a 30-minute drive. We have
Mm-hmm.
planes to catch and whatnot. It was a business trip. And
Must be nice.
it was a low-hanging fog that morning.
Mm-hmm.
And these Amish people, they don't let you know that they're there.
No.
Like they don't have candles lit in their little buggies or any of that. And you can't see these motherfuckers driving on the road.
No.
And they're in the road in a black horse and buggy
Yeah.
at 5 a.m., pitch black.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, we almost killed like probably 20 people.
All they got is that little triangle on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Well, some of them now. I guess it depends on what. I guess what style I don't know what they call them. They're different styles of being Amish. You got like Mennonites and I think that's what they're called.
Yeah,
like
there are
Mennonites and stuff like that.
I don't know the
And
exact names.
there's a few different ones. Some of them do get on, kind of jump on with a little bit of technology as far as electricity and stuff like that. Now, I've been in some Amish communities where they still have gas powered lights. Like they run a gas line into the house, turn it on, and then light the lantern, and it lights
kind of like
the
down in
house up.
Charleston.
Yeah.
They still
Yeah,
have some of
but
that.
that's like deep in Amish country, like in was that up in is that Massachusetts or Pennsylvania, something like that? Is it Pennsylvania?
has a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, hell, I think it'd be kind of cool to go to one of those communities, but you go in there, all tattooed up, they're going to instantly tell you, hey, you're going to hell because you tattooed yourself. So
I mean, they're nice people. It's just kind of weird. You're passing by like Walmart. Well, not necessarily Walmart, but like
No, but it's kind of a
places
big
of
box
business.
store, basically.
they're fucking strong. I know that.
Oh yeah, because
You ever seen
what there is?
Yeah. I've seen so many videos. You get like 30 of them together, and they move this huge ass barn just by picking it up because they don't use tractors and shit. They just pick that whole sumbitch up and move it 1.5 miles down the road. Shit.
That's just cool. You're passing by. You don't have cars in front of a business. You have horse and buggies.
Yeah.
And the horses are actually tied up.
Yeah.
Horse ties.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't want to live that way because I love my internet and my video games and shit. But on occasion, it would be cool to just kind of
Have that be a getaway.
just be a getaway. Almost just like living out in the country. Because that's like every time we plan trips to Tennessee, we try to see how far out we can get to find a house that has no cell reception. That's when we know we're in a good spot. When nobody can call us or bother us or anything like that. And we just keep our phones on us for emergencies. So, but
Yeah, it just sounds like an episode of the First 48. They found a house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
with no
right.
cell reception.
right.
And nobody heard from them again.
They were all found at the bottom of a mountain.
Jesus.
So,
Yeah, no, I'm good, bro.
but yeah,
What do you guys fear the most?
Spiders.
sharks. It's pretty bad. We live by the ocean, and I've been here 8 years now. I've been in that ocean and actually on that beach 3 times. Or no, I've been in the ocean twice, and I've been to the beach maybe 4 times, unless you count me doing all the jobs that we had that were oceanside. But other than that, I don't go to the beach. I don't like
I
it.
don't either.
I
Fuck sharks. Fuck jellyfish.
I don't like the water. What's
Mm-hmm.
like not knowing what's in the water.
You do not know.
That
Yeah.
bugs the shit out of me because it's like even rivers or lakes or something like that.
Dude,
Because it's
I
like
won't
going
dare
down-
fuck with this lake here. Hell no.
I wouldn't go into the river just because it's like Chris has been like, dude, let's go on a boat. Our buddy's got boats. Let's go ride on the river. I'm like, fuck no, dude.
I'll get
'Cause
in the
I mean,
boat, but I'm not getting in the water.
No,
I will not get in
see,
the
I don't even like the idea of being in a boat because I remember there was one picture that I saw on like Instagram or some shit like that, and it was like, okay, like this dude went night kayaking. He's riding.
No.
And he was like, "Hey," he was like, "Yeah, I took this picture. I was night kayaking, and I decided to turn on my flashlight because he had like a little helmet or whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, I decided to turn on my shit." Turns it on. Literally, all you see are reflecting eyes of alligators.
Yep.
Just
Dude.
floating in the. I'm like, no, see, no,
Yes.
fuck
Straight
you.
up. Well, that's how it was when I first got my boat. When I had it for the very short time that I did have it, the first day we took it out, we were just kind of putting up the waterway right by the swing bridge,
Yeah.
Yep.
and we got maybe quarter mile from the swing bridge where everything started dying down, where there weren't as many houses and whatnot.
Yeah.
You look over here, you see huge gator, huge gator, huge gator. We had 4 people in my boat, and this boat was close to the water. I mean, but I'm sitting there, I was like, what do we do? I was like, this is my first time on the water without being in a big boat, because normally I'm always with Justin in his 24-foot Key West,
Yeah.
fucking huge boat. Now here I am in this little damn John boat putting around, and I see there's these huge ass gators. Yeah. Yeah. So
And basically, it's crazy because sometimes they can be longer than the fucking boat. And you're just like, oh yeah, this thing could capsize us in 2 seconds.
well, yeah,
flat.
you look at the thing and it's got eyes the size of baseballs,
Oh yeah.
and you're like, I don't know about that. So, but yeah, luckily that trip got cut short.
Everybody was in agreement of just being
No,
like,
well,
fuck yeah,
no.
let's
What
get out of
happened
here.
was there was a huge boat coming at us. Because you got the people in the big boats. They say screw the guy in the little
Yeah,
boat.
they get
don't.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
They'll kick up the
So
wave.
I tried to swerve over to the side, and then as his wave was coming, it got past the front of the boat, and it floated up this big log. And I hit the log and got the propeller caught in it.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got stuck for a while, and then all of a sudden the boat, it quit pissing. So we was like, what do I do? I said, if we were maybe 1.5 miles from where we started, and I was like, if I drive this boat back, it's going to overheat. Said, we may end up having to break out the oars, but luckily somehow we made it. So I don't know, but no, fuck the waterway. There's too many disrespectful people out there that nobody cares. I would rather go somewhere with a lake, which that's still scary to me.
Lakes, yeah.
I would rather more inland, way inland, because I ain't trying to fuck with none of this Lake Placid shit either.
That or like Lake Lanier. Have you heard about that? In Georgia?
Honestly, I want to go to Lake Lanier.
Fuck that, dude. Have you ever heard of that, guys?
How many people have died in there? It was
yeah.
like an old ghost town.
Yeah,
underneath
it
there
was
and
an
stuff.
old ghost town, and then they flooded it. So basically, the bottom of Lake Lanier is nothing but like cemeteries and people that have died there, and that's basically all that lake is.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of dead people at the bottom of that shit.
Yeah. And apparently there's been a lot of people that have disappeared in that lake.
Yeah, they'll like
and
go
have never been
swimming
seen
and
again.
then just
like divers and shit there's times where divers have went in looking for people and the divers disappeared and without a trace. But I mean, I'm not really scared of that. We got a lake back home. I think it's Lake Summit. It's either Lake Summit or Salamone. It's got a town underneath of it, and they drain the lake every winter so it doesn't freeze. I mean, because there's no movement in that lake whatsoever. So they'll open up the dam, drain it out, and then somehow they get more water to it again every year. But when they drain it, you can see where all the old structures were and shit like that. It's cool as fuck. We would go hunting there in the wintertime when it's all drained out. But it's pretty cool. But it's definitely kind of scary when you're riding a boat up above where somebody lived, or potentially where somebody's
buried.
is buried. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't imagine that. That's too much. Then that's kind of like also with the ocean, because it's like, like burial at sea. That's a fucking thing.
Somebody's ashes. You're getting in the water right there. You're getting the water in your mouth and all that stuff.
yeah, that's nothing
you're
but
probably sucking
dead
up Grandpa
flesh.
right now.
Not even just that, because
his
there's
balls.
so many carcasses of dead animals.
So, I mean, there's times I've been out on the ocean. What do you do when you got to go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah,
You
You
piss
just
in the
piss,
water.
yeah.
You shit in the water.
I have never taken a shit in the
Yeah,
water,
I
thankfully. And I've
can't
been
say
out
that
for
for
like 12 hours at a time.
Really?
Yeah.
No. When I gotta go, I gotta go.
Well, I have a video on my phone, though, where we typically go here locally on the freshwater. There's a little lagoon we all go to on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know
that
it's
place.
there unless you know it's there. There's like overhanging branches that go back, and you just kind of got to risk it. But when you go back through the branches, it clears. And it all leads to this little lagoon.
Oh, that's cool.
And everybody on Sundays goes there and just parties.
Oh.
Yeah, about 9-10 a.m. There's a little like hot dog boat that's selling like burgers and shit like at the entrance.
You're going over by Sandy Island, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where he's at.
I know exactly where you're talking about. There's a little spot we went to. We went over to Sandy Island. Matter of fact, you know Ralph then, don't you? Is that his name, Ralph?
I don't fucking-
The old black guy that hangs out on Sandy Island?
No.
You never met him?
No.
Coolest cat. He'll do anything for a beer, dude. He'll no, seriously. That's
Chris is
what
like
he does
anything.
because we would pull up to the bank and we would all start drinking and shit. He'd be like, "Hey, collect your cans for you. Collect your cans." He'd collect all our trash for us and stuff like that. And we were like, "Hey, beer, man." He's like, "All right." And of course, the very first time I ever heard of White Claws, they
Claws,
gave
so.
him White Claws, and he took one drink. He said, "I don't want this shit." Fucking threw it on the ground. He said, "I want a beer." I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was his name, Ralph. Coolest cat ever.
Well, the video I have is my boss. I think it was the first or second time I'd ever been there. Mm-hmm. And there's actually, you guys talking about alligators and stuff.
No, fuck
There's
that,
an
yeah.
alligator.
Yeah, no.
And we all have these like little fucking $2 Walmart floaties, because again, we're all poor. And the alligator's sitting there.
Pool noodles.
Pretty much.
With fucking floaties, 10 floaties on each arm trying to hold up fucking Chris's big
Wow.
And my boss is sitting there, and I'm like, dude, holy shit, watch out, there's an alligator. I'm in the boat. I think I was getting beer or something. And he's like, no, fuck that gator. He starts swimming towards it.
No.
And he starts and what the fuck happened? The alligator started swimming away. And about 30 minutes later, it came back. He started swimming towards it again.
And it swam away again?
It swam away again.
Yeah, my luck, I would swim towards that bitch, and he'd say, "All right, you want to go?" Yeah, I'd end up fucking gator bait. No, sir.
No, like
I do
that-
not know. No.
Chris told me that story, and that's when I was like, dude, if I ever go with you,
Yeah.
my ass is staying on the boat.
Yeah.
I am not getting off of it. I am not going in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I will toss everybody their fucking beer. There's no fucking way my ass is getting in the water.
No, I mean,
Fuck
like,
that.
the spot we went to, it was about the same thing. It was a little lagoon, a little clearing outside of some other shit, but we went over there. It started storming, and we had one of our buddies had a cabin over there that he was restoring. Luckily, he said, "Hey, cabin's open." He was just airing it out because he had mold issues in it before, so he was letting it air out. But we got in there, dude. We was cooking up pork chops,
Dude.
and we ended up, for some reason that day, there was an assload of them little fiddler crabs that were out there.
Yeah.
That was my first encounter with a fiddler crab too. My dumb ass reached down there and I'm like, "Yay, look at the fiddler crab." He took his strong arm. He
Yeah.
said, grabbed a hold of me. He would not let go. I'm sitting here flipping him. And then I finally slammed him down on the ground, and he finally, man, them tiny little things.
Yeah, they hurt,
They
bro.
got some muscles.
I remember I had a buddy who went to the beach with him. He started fucking around with the fiddler crabs. And we were all kind of stoned, and we talked him into
Of course.
taking a fiddler crab and doing the classic putting it on his nipple.
Oh.
I've never seen or heard a grown dude run so fast and scream like a little girl.
Never. I would
Because
never do
he's
that.
just gone, man. It was terrible.
Wow.
It was awesome, though.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't me, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Tyler, you
I
got
think
any real
my
stories?
biggest fear is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are we on something else?
Oh
No,
no!
no.
I forgot we was even talking
Yeah,
about our fears.
yeah,
what?
I
So what?
forgot
I'm afraid of sharks. Sharks,
Ocean.
the ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah. Wait, Tyler.
Probably stuff I can't control.
Oh, that's
So
deep.
like,
I think that's probably
deep.
what mine boils down to.
Ooh.
More so.
so like
the
me
ocean
not
and
being able to move, me not being able to breathe, like suffocating. You know what I mean? Like I can't breathe, whether it's drowning or lack of air.
Okay, so I revised mine.
that's
Mine is
terrible.
along
Yeah.
the ties.
I think that's
Well,
terrifying. Especially the
yeah.
moving part.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
because I can avoid my fear of sharks by just staying the fuck away from the ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
In that sense, I would probably say a sense of claustrophobia.
Oh, I hate
I can't
claustrophobia,
be
dude.
held
Holy shit.
down.
Yeah.
When as many times as I've been apologized to for this and whatnot, but when I was younger, my sister and my stepdad used to hold me down. My sister would grab me, wrap her arms around me in a chair, and hold me down like this, and my stepdad would throw a blanket over my head.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Okay? I would freak the fuck out. I'm talking full on hyperventilating, about to pass out, and they would not stop until I calmed down. But
That's kind of difficult to do.
Yeah.
oh, trust me, this was a good 15-20 minute event, and it happened often. But the very last time, they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry. That was so bad of me. I shouldn't have done that." But I mean, honestly, I was an asshole kid back at that time, so I probably fucking deserved it. Honestly,
That kind of,
that my thing. And like, I even tried. When I got into 7th grade, I tried to try out for the wrestling team. Couldn't do it because I had somebody holding me down.
Yeah.
I as soon as I went to wrestling camp and all that stuff, I didn't even make it a week through wrestling camp
damn.
because instantly, the first time we started running matches and stuff like that, I had somebody grab me by my arms and I was like, nope, can't do it. I called my mom. I said no. I I hate being held down.
That kind of makes me think of the other day. Actually, it was just the other day, which really makes it worse for me. But I had to take my mom to physical therapy. And of course, the building that it's in, it's a couple stories tall. So we were in there, and we were leaving, actually. And I pressed the button. Elevator goes down. The doors didn't open up. Automatically. As soon as I saw that the doors weren't opening. And I mean, this was like a quick 5 seconds where they didn't open after we had already reached the floor.
Panic sets
You know
in.
they automatically opened. I felt my hands starting to get sweaty. I felt the sweat start on my brow. I was like, Mom, if this door does not open right now, I'm going to start freaking the fuck out. And thankfully, I literally had to go, and I pried the doors open. They opened, and we were on the bottom of the floor, thankfully. But still, I was like, dude, if we had been stuck, I would have.
I got a story for you on that one.
Oh, I'm sure, because you worked construction and shit.
I did, and it was when they first started getting the elevators running. This elevator was packed, full of people. We were up. Top floor, 27th floor.
Because
we
Lord
got about
forbid the people actually take time. Take turns.
Yeah, no, they don't take turns. They pack the fuck up in that bitch. Yeah. It was at the end of the day. Everybody was ready to go. We get about halfway down. Elevator stops. Mid-floor, power off. It just died. I was the first one that said something. I said, "You don't get this bitch moving right now. I'm coming out the fucking top. And I'm gonna find a way out of here, dude." Instantly. It wouldn't have been so bad if there was just a few people in there, but we were packed assholes and elbows, dude. Just right here. You couldn't move any way without bumping into somebody. I was about to start freaking out. We were in there for 10 fucking minutes. That was probably the longest 10 minutes of my life.
It makes you feel like an hour.
Dude, it was horrible. I was seriously close. I kept hollering on my radio. I was like, I'm about to break through the top of this thing. I know there's a hatch up top. I'm about to go through it. Don't do it. Don't go through the hatch. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. You don't know where you're at.
That could be the most dangerous place to be if something were to happen.
Yeah.
With an elevator, if it suddenly falls, they're like, don't be on top of it, because that's the most dangerous place to be.
Well, I mean, and the thing was, it's like they didn't have all the doors, all the exterior doors from it put in yet.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I was like, shit, if I come out through the top, I got a good chance there's an opening here or there's an opening here.
Right.
But y'all ever seen the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
No? Well,
yeah. That's when they're on the bus. Right?
Yeah, on the bus. Well, remember in the beginning with the elevator, you fucking uncultured son of a bitch.
I never saw that movie you told us to watch either. I meant to. I'm sorry.
What a piece of shit.
Just thought about it.
What a piece of shit.
Hang on now. Did you watch In Between the Two?
No.
You piece of shit! What a piece of shit!
God damn it. Okay, touche. I'll be honest with you, I forgot about it. So, but anyway, in the very beginning of the movie with the elevator scene where they get caught in the elevator and shit, I was thinking, what if I end up trying to get out of that elevator and there's a spot like this and that elevator mysteriously turns on? Or some Final Destination shit.
Oh, God.
That's what I remember.
Girl gets cut up by the fucking elevator or something.
Where it's just they're halfway through and it just elevator drops.
Yeah, I could
and
not
all you see is half their body just.
Yes. So I just stayed in there. I kept my composure, and needless to say, I went home and drank a lot that night.
Yeah, I probably
because my nerves were when I got into my car, no bullshit. This is probably gonna make me sound like a bitch, but when I got into my car, dude, I fucking started crying.
Oh, I would have
too.
I was freaking the fuck out.
Your nerves are shot at that point.
Both. No, seriously, it freaked me out that fucking much because I was sitting there. The only thing that went through my mind in that time is, I'm gonna die. This fucking elevator is gonna fall, and I'm gonna fucking die.
Should have
you guys seen that video of the dog? I guess
that dog. Yeah.
No, come on.
fuck
Shut up, man.
The dog with the tail and the ears.
Yeah.
It also has 4 legs,
The
right?
dog's about to bite your nuts?
With the fur,
I think my wife put some videos of some dogs on TikTok the other day.
No, man. It's the.
I
saw a dog
holding
earlier.
a dog next to an elevator.
Oh,
Dude, I
The
saw a
dog
dog
gets
too.
in the elevator and the door's closed.
yes. And
And the
I
elevator
remember
starts
that.
going down and the dog gets fucking yanked up on
Yeah.
the doors.
I've
Yes.
seen that
Yes.
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that shit's fucking.
Was that the
Yeah, the guy-
one where the guy runs over
The
and
guy
like,
ran over and
thankfully
like
cut?
the
I
collar
couldn't
or
even finish
something.
watching it. I was like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, that's.
Well, no, I know there was one where the dude like ran over. He had like a knife, and thankfully he was like able to chop the
Oh my
thing
God,
in half before.
Yeah, that would have been a bad sight to see right there. Oh my god, that would have
Talk
been
about a
bad.
damn dog exploding.
Right, it would have popped too.
It's,
So anyway,
how y'all feel about them log trucks?
Final Destination, dude. I will not drive anywhere near them.
Final Destination just had a way of scarring everybody who was
Everything.
born around that time.
Yeah, like every time we're on our
notch.
way to go drive, or every time we pull the 4-wheelers to go riding, and we see all those fucking log trucks coming
Oh, yeah.
on their way to the paper plant.
Fuck.
The whole time he's driving, I see one like in the distance or something, and I was like,
And of course, Ty is the one to know that it scares you or pisses you off, and he does it even more.
that's why I
you.
don't
I'm
say
not- I'm not
anything
that-
because I'm that guy too.
I'm not that nervous about it. Like,
I am.
I don't,
dude,
dude,
they
that
got-
movie.
Those damn things weigh so much, and they got all these chains and stuff holding them.
Yeah, well, in that movie, those
what
chains
if some-
broke.
yeah, what if
So-
somebody didn't chain it down right? What if someone didn't test it like Sean didn't test his straps that one time
Well-
and didn't say, well, that's not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden the fucking logs go everywhere?
Yeah.
What then? Huh?
Yeah, somebody could have had a bad day.
That's our time. That's our time. Like,
Fuck that.
Shit, fuck, that's our time. If I'm dying, man,
If I'm gonna die, I'm going out on my own.
that's how I want it to be. I mean, yeah, I know death is, you can't prevent it,
Yeah.
but man,
This is a deep podcast we're having right now.
this really is. But that's okay, you know.
Real deep.
Well, if you think about it, all of our other podcasts were always
Jokey.
sex related.
Oh, yeah. Very sexual.
I'd say almost all of them had sex related stuff in them. So
let's take a break a little bit.
yeah,
What's the
I guess we
craziest
could
thing you guys
we
have
could,
ever happened going on the road?
on the road.
Yeah, not your encounter last week where the guy ran in the ditch.
Well, that was it. I mean, that I know of.
I had one. I was driving to work one morning, and I guess the studs broke on someone's minivan
Oh, shit.
for
On
their
the wheels?
wheel.
Oh,
And the
wheel
wheels
come
started
off?
flying towards my
Sweet.
work truck I was driving. And luckily I slammed on the brakes and it went right in front of me and hit a car wash. But
Hey, didn't
that
hit
bitch
you.
was going like 45 miles an hour.
You know, and that's one of
Maybe
those
more.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They gain momentum.
The
at that
momentum
point,
is still
dude, yeah.
there. It's just it doesn't have to carry all that load anymore.
Yeah, it definitely gains
Yeah,
speed
those
at that
things,
point.
dude. They get to going.
And my thing is when. Like I've said before, you know, it might make me sound insensitive or like an asshole or something like that, but
Well,
I would rather it hit somebody else than hit me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No.
I mean, yeah, it's very insensitive for
Selfish.
some people to say that, and kind of selfish in a way. But you know what? Fuck it. Call me insensitive. Call me selfish. I'd rather it hit somebody else than hit me.
Dude, I remember kind of going off of what you were saying. I remember the craziest thing that I had happen when I was driving. Thankfully, it didn't happen to me, of course. But I was driving down 707. I've
Yeah,
told you this
yeah.
before because I called him right after it happened, dude. Right after it happened, I called Ty. I was like, dude, I need to go buy like a fucking lottery ticket or some shit.
Right.
Anyways, I was driving down 707. There were two cars in the opposite side of the road going the other way. I was heading towards my house. Anyways, I don't know. I think there was like a work truck that was changing lanes. Hit the car that was directly next to them. You see this car start fishtailing, completely flip around. Now, at this point, this bitch is heading like directly towards me.
Oh shit!
Like, I had 2 seconds to either step on my brakes or gun it. Thankfully, I gunned the bitch. I fucking flew. As soon as I saw it happening, all I did was, I know my foot hit the fucking ground.
Oh yeah.
I hit it, start flying. There was a car that was literally like a second behind me. And it nailed them. And both of these cars get wrapped around a fucking telephone pole. If I had been a second or two slower, that would have been me on the fucking telephone pole. I don't know what the fuck happened. At that point, like, it was that moment where your whole body's just like, It's vibrating at that point. You're just sitting there like, fuck, dude, I need... And I called Ty. I was like, dude, I was like talking really fucking fast. I was like having a fucking panic episode.
That's like almost some Final Destination shit.
I was just like, dude, I almost, like, I don't know what the fuck happened. He was like, well, did you stop? Did you go check on? I'm like, no. Fuck no. I was like, dude, I got away from it. There's no way in hell I'm going back. I fucking went home. Yeah. I didn't even. I don't know what the fuck.
You got to go home and decompress.
I did. I'm pretty sure I stopped into the gas station, got some beer, and I was like, I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
Because I need to.
Well, that's funny. Like speaking of close calls, it's off the subject of something that's happened on the road and whatnot, but like instantly I thought of when you started telling about that, like super close calls. Had you been a second later, I was in that same situation on the job site.
Oh, damn.
The crane was pulling up a load of rebar, and I had just gotten on the buck hoist to go up. They were rigging it as I had gotten off the buck hoist, and as soon as we started going up, they started lifting the material up. I got off the buck hoist, and all of a sudden we just heard bang, boom, and all kinds of shit. We look out, there's like 4 guys laying down on the ground, and there's fucking rebar everywhere. The rebar fell off the crane, or the rigging came loose and dropped all the rebar. One guy got his shoulder broken. It hit him so hard. He was on the platform. It hit him so hard it knocked him into the dumpster. Jesus. And there were a couple other guys that got hit. That was the only guy that got hurt bad. But dude, I was standing there and I was with one of the guys that I worked with, and I was like, dude, that could have been us. It's like we just got off the buck hoist. And like they pretty much shut the site down for the day. He was out there talking, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I must have done something right this morning or something, because had we waited, because the buck hoist was almost full, and we were like, shit, we need to hurry up and get upstairs. Had we waited and not gotten on the buck hoist, that could have been us, and this shit was, the rebar was up high.
And that shit gathers momentum quick.
Yeah, and it was the 1-inch sticks. Jeez. So it was the heavy shit. And when we went down and looked at the concrete platform, there were freaking like big ass spots where the rebar fell straight down and hit the platform, busted it out. It was about yay big around, probably 2-3 inches deep, where it went through that. Luckily, nobody got impaled by it, but one that came down hit somebody and right on the shoulder and landed on his shoulder like that, smashed it all down. Like they had to dig him out of the dumpster.
Damn.
Like that shit was rough. Like that was another one of those moments. I came home, I hugged my wife and kids, and I was like, I could have died today, baby. I love y'all,
Especially when you're working commercial construction. Yeah. Like, it's one thing to do residential. Yeah. And even that can be sketchy sometimes, depending on how big the buildings are and everything. But when you're working, like, commercial, when you're, like...
27 stories, dude. I've been 27 stories up, hanging over the side of the building with nothing but a strap holding on to me.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
And believe it or not, before I first started, I was terrified of heights.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm terrified of heights.
I'm not scared of heights anymore.
Like, I am 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I was... and it was always because I was the small, limber guy. Like, when we would have to... I don't even remember what we called them anymore, but you know how you got the machines that go up the side of the buildings?
It's kind of like scaffolding.
It's kind of like scaffolding, but there's 2 little cables. You're hanging, if it's a big one, you've got a 5/8 cable here and a 5/8 cable here on each end. I was the guy that always had to throw the rope over the side of the building. 27 stories up, it's me. And you've got fucking... rope that you've got to slowly drop over the building. Like I was the guy, I always had to rig all that shit up, put it all together and all that stuff. So excuse me.
Why?
With the rope, it's not terrible, but on a windy day when you're up there trying to do that shit,
fuck that.
Once again, I mean, the rope is easy. You still got to let the rope down a little bit at a time. But the cables, you've got I mean, how many feet is that? 27 stories. What is that? 9 foot a story? Something like that?
Just about.
Well, commercials probably more.
Probably
it's probably about 10 or 11.
10 or 11, something like that. But, I've got, 70, 80 pounds worth of fucking cable in my hand that I've got to drop down, but I have to be sitting there watching where it's going as it's going down. So I've got my legs over the side of the building while I'm looking down at the ground to make sure that cable don't go down, but I'm holding on to that cable at the same time. And that shit starts to fly. It starts going fast as it goes down. So we got to wrap cardboard around our gloves. I've burned so many holes in my gloves from that shit, dude. But yeah, it's scary. And at times I would be the asshole. I would send pictures to my wife or to my mom and be like, hey, look what I'm doing. And my mom's always like, don't fucking send me that shit. Or there's been times I'd be hanging on the side of the building and my wife would call me. Well, her stepdad was my boss. And my phone would start ringing. I'd be like, damn it, she's calling me. So he would take a picture of me and text it to her. And she'd say, he's busy right now. And every time
what you doing? Just hanging?
Yeah. Well, and there's been times I've been hanging and I answer the phone. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just hanging out, 25 stories in the air. She's like, why did you fucking answer the phone? I was like, well, sometimes if I don't answer, you get pissed. I was like, I figure it's better for me to fall to my death knowing that I didn't piss you off. So,
Jesus, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was some dangerous fucking shit, dude. But I liked it. It's just the being out of town part shit, kind of.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It didn't do anything good. So.
Well,
anyway,
I have a lighthearted story. I have a lighthearted story.
Aw, we're gonna get all mushy.
No.
We're gonna get a boner.
I already had enough of that Friday night.
Because my life. I had a customer give me a gift card to Angelo's here locally.
What is Angelo's?
It's like a steakhouse.
I'm not very, dude. Straight up, I'm not very cultured as far as food.
Well, they have an
and
Italian buffet there.
Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
So me and my fat ass, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get 6 plates, so I'm fucking eating away.
Was it a buffet?
Yeah. Well, they have a buffet and steaks.
What?
Yeah, you can get either or.
Mainly pastas.
Oh, fuck around, dude. Hold up.
Steaks are good.
Do they got Alfredo sauce for those pastas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Dinner trip.
So me and my girlfriend are driving home, and I'm fucking bloated, man. I'm like fucking right now. I'm like just like, it's,
Damn.
What, you sucking it in there?
You had that belt up there.
You got that Dunlap going on. Anyway,
we're driving home, and we're on Faro Parkway here in Market Commons, and there's a car with his hazards on, and me being the fucking the R word isn't really retard that I am. I'm like,
cancel culture.
I know. I take a left at the light. And I'm like, I pull into a parking lot. I'm like, damn, we should go help those people out.
I do that too.
And I said, they're in the middle of the fucking road, right down their luck.
Every man for themselves.
I'm sitting there for probably like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck, dude. I was like, I feel like shit. I was like, fuck it. Let's go help them out. Mm-hmm. And so I drive around, park in the parking lot. We go walk up to the car. I'm like, hey, do you need help? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just ran out of gas. You guys know there's a Walmart gas station like 50 feet away.
Yeah.
Not even yet.
So I'm like, all right, we'll put it in neutral. We'll push you.
Yeah.
Start pushing. And man, I'm fucking heaving. I'm like... And we're walking back to the car after getting her to a pump. I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, dude, I think I'm about to throw up. And she's like, yeah, you're so funny. I'm like, no, I'm really about to throw up.
Well, you say that all the time.
You say that a lot.
I can understand why.
I think every podcast we've had, you always. I think I might throw up.
Well, we open up the door of my car. I do a little pukey puke. I mean, not much, like a little
pukey puke.
quarter size.
Oh, okay.
We get to her apartment, and I'm like, she's like sitting there trying to talk to me. I'm like, no, you need to open up the fucking door right now.
Oh shit.
To your apartment. Open up the door, dude. All that fucking probably, I don't know, 3 pounds of food I just ate just all came out in her toilet. I fucking leave out the bathroom.
How's that lighthearted?
Yeah, I was about to say, this is a great lighthearted story. We're loving it. It's all about Chris getting...
This is so lovely. He did a good deed, and
he's like, yeah, I did a good deed.
Oh, that's the last good deed you do.
It cost me my dinner.
And that's why I say fuck everybody else.
Well, I walk out, man. She's got candles lit, fucking air fresheners on, music playing, and I'm like, hey, is everything okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just trying to fucking not throw up myself. I'm like, oh.
No. I mean, there's a lot of time. I have certain, I guess, certain rules as far as helping somebody on the side of the street.
Yeah.
If I see somebody out there with a flat tire or something like that and they look like they're struggling, sometimes I'll pass and then I'm like, fuck. So if there's a median or something like that, I'll pull off onto that median and I'll fucking reverse all the way back to them. You know, sometimes they're like, no, I don't need help, I'm good. Or somebody says, yeah, you know, I'll take it, you know, help me out. I'll help somebody out. But I mean, hell, I've even had it to where I've had somebody that ran out of gas on the highway and I went to the store, bought a gas can, put gas in it, and then gave it to them. Said, here. You know, I mean, and fuck, we all know how much gas cans are nowadays.
Yeah.
Fucking $40 for a 5-gallon gas can. On top of well, now for a 5-gallon gas can, that's another $40 to fill it the fuck up. So, I mean, I've had times where I've done shit like that. I've helped people, you know. I've had homeless people on the side of the road back home trying to get somewhere when it's freezing outside. I'm like, dude, you're about to fucking freeze. Get in the car. Yeah, I know they fucking reek because they haven't had bath in a month or some shit like that, but I can't in my right mind sit there and watch somebody damn near freeze to death because they're down on their luck. Yeah, I know a lot of homeless people, they did it to themselves. But, yeah.
Some just have terrible luck.
Some people just have shitty luck. And there's some people that make the best out of it. There's one guy that runs around here. I mean, I'm not going to name his name, but we used to see him all the time when I worked at Sears. He would come in, go to the bathroom, wash up, all that shit. And we've even talked to him, dude, why, you know, why are you homeless? He said, I'd rather live out here and live off the land. I don't care. I'm like, dude, why here though? You know? He was like, dude, I got the beach over here. I got the woods over here. He said, I can get food anywhere. So, and that's what he does. He carries around a fishing pole and a bag and all that shit, goes fishing in the river, goes fishing in the ocean, all that shit, catches his own food. He said, I'm not homeless. I'm happy. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
fuck, that's one way to look at it, you know?
Please don't give Chris any ideas, because now he's going to do this.
Dude, if I could, honestly,
wait.
if I could live off the land, I mean, I'm not going to go fucking homeless and shit.
Yeah.
But if, like, my idea life is to live 100% off the grid in the middle of nowhere. It's going to suck because I won't have internet, but I'll have to get used to that. I mean, yeah, I'll have like an emergency cell phone or something like that, but I want to live completely off the grid. One main reason of that is because I know it's going to piss the fucking government off that they can't make money off me living. But two, at that point, I ain't got no bills. Live off the land. You don't have to pay for shit unless you really want to. You know, get my own water source, get my own power source. Yeah, there's going to be money invested into it, like solar panels or, shit like that. But I'd do it. Shit.
I'll have to show you a TikToker that I follow on TikTok and everything. But he basically does that,
Yeah.
and he I think he has a house because he also has a kid. And when he's taking care of the kid, he's at the house. But whenever he's out on his own, he's literally living in caves. He's living in, homemade shelters and everything, and all this other shit.
There's a couple guys on YouTube I follow that do that.
Yeah, and it's like seeing him be able to make half the shit he can do, because he's like making his own tools and shit. Like he's making hatchets and all this other stuff that helps him survive, basically.
Yeah.
And obviously he knows what he can eat off the land and what he can't and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking crazy to see him doing this shit, dude.
It's like that story of that movie they have on Netflix, Into the Wild.
Into the wild.
You guys have ever seen that? This guy
I
graduated.
feel like I've
me
seen
about it before.
His parents were like super rich or something. He went to Yale and did like 6 years at Yale or something, got a degree. And like a week later, he just disappears. And his parents gave him a full ride and everything. And he was from, I think, the Boston area, if I'm not mistaken.
Boston.
And his goal was to get to Alaska. And he did nothing but hitchhiked and lived off the land and got little dead-end jobs where he could until he made it to Alaska.
Yeah.
And he ended up dying because he ate a poisonous berry that he mistaked for a good berry.
Dang.
And they actually he died, I think, in a school bus or a car or something.
Yeah.
And they actually had to remove it out of Alaska because in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
they had to remove it because people kept trying to hike there. And it was too dangerous.
Yeah, and then
People kept having calling emergency services. They had to remove
Shit.
it.
Wow. Okay. That's cool.
but that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
I
into the
haven't watched
wild.
it.
Yeah,
I
it's a
never
good
actually
movie.
watched it.
Well, I guess my
Got anything
if
else?
it's not too far from the subject, the most dangerous ride or car ride thing, whatever we asked.
Oh, yeah, we got pretty damn far from it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We kind of got way off topic on that.
Yeah, we got way off of that.
You know, I tow a lot of trailers, and I have a specific truck. Obviously, that is not made for towing, or not. Yeah,
Green
not made for
bean.
towing.
Oh, the green bean, yeah.
And I tried. That's the only vehicle
Yeah,
I
boy.
had at the time, and I had to borrow one of those. The trailer, the company I used to work for, I had to borrow one of their trailers to take my four-wheeler to a shop, and so I used that, and apparently my truck was way too low for that trailer, so a lot of the weight was down towards the front,
Oh, shit.
and I was coming off that exit ramp, going back to the house,
Oh.
and it's one of those downhill exit ramps, or I guess an on ramp, technically. You're getting onto a business.
Just kiss for you.
The fucking door is closed, man.
God,
All right, we're gonna have to take a
We're good.
Oh my
No, we're good. It don't stink. We're good.
15-minute.
How rude, asshole, interrupt somebody like that. Shit.
but
Fucking
caught some
squeaky ass door.
pretty good speed going down there, and y'all know that death wobble
Yeah.
in the trailer,
Yeah.
not the vehicle, the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, where the trailer starts.
Yeah,
starts
it starts-
oh my god! I got one for you on that too.
That's what it started doing to me. Okay, this truck has no brake controller. It's lucky to.
It's lucky it has a hitch on it.
Yeah, really. The only
Right.
reason it has a hitch because it used to be an old work truck, but it has a 7-way plug, no brake controller.
Wow.
Like even the trailer. I don't even think the trailer had electric brakes.
No.
It was like they had this thing
No.
all just.
If it's
it
a
was
trailer
a
that I'm
janky
thinking
old
of,
trailer.
Yeah, well, it didn't
And
have one.
It was basically a 4-way light plug, and they just slapped a 7-way to 4-way.
Oh,
Yeah, if
adapter
it's a
on
four-way, it
Adapter
doesn't
on
have
it,
brakes.
it. Yeah.
Oh, it used to. Not no more, because someone, I guess, hit something over time and yanked all the wires out or something. But yeah, it started doing that, and there was no way to, because usually when that happens, you got to press the trailer brake to, for the trailer to stop doing that.
Drop it down now.
Yeah, there was no way to. I either haul ass or slowly break off, and I kind of. I was getting over, we're getting there, and started swaying. I was like, okay, well, I feel the whole ass end of the truck moving with it. I was like, oh, please, Lord. I started slowing down and getting over, and luckily it stopped. So I was like, all right, well, not going that fast. So I was the person, I was pissing everybody off going 45.
Welcome.
I mean,
Fuck.
No, I got one for you on that. That matter of fact, that's probably my most terrifying moment. Is me? It was me and my sister's now ex-husband. We went to go pick up a truck. I think he was getting an S10 or something like that, but we had a tow dolly. Well, it was a rear-wheel drive truck, and I kept telling him, "Hey, just disconnect the drive shaft, and we'll haul the truck right. Haul it from the front end." Well, he wasn't having it. So we put the back end of the truck up on the tow dolly. Well, the steering wheel was turned just a tiny bit. We started going, we were good for a while. We got up to 45, still good. 55, still good. As soon as we hit 60, that fucking truck started slinging back and forth. You could hear the tires skirting on the road.
Oh, shit.
And then all of a sudden you felt the whole back end of the truck that we were in start scooting back and forth. And then the front end of the truck started scooting back and forth. So the whole time we're just slinging back and forth. And he slams on the brakes. We do this big ass nasty 360. And we're like, dude. And we were on the highway, mind you. And that was terrifying. There was heavy fucking traffic the whole way. We drove 40 miles an hour in a 75. And something that should have only taken us a half hour to get back to the house took us 3.5 hours to get back to the house. And when we got back to the house, our asses were so tight that we could not walk right, okay? Anytime that truck started to wobble again on the road, slow down. There had to have been times we got down to maybe 20.
Holy shit.
There were so many cars beating their horn, and like there were people that were pissed at us. But you know what? We were like, hey, we're alive. Don't worry. We're alive. We're okay.
Thank you.
But nobody fucking stopped. We did this big ass spin out. It was a 3-lane highway. We spun the hell out. The freaking trailer that the truck was on, or the tow dolly, jackknifed, almost hit the side of us and all that shit. We made it. But I told him, I said, I will never use a fucking tow dolly again in my life. And this has probably been 15 years ago. Still to this day, somebody has a car that needs towed, better go rent a car trailer. They're always like, oh yeah, I got this tow dolly. I ain't riding with you. I'll ride behind you, make sure everything's cool, but I said I will not ever pull one, and I will never ride in a vehicle that has one ever again.
Mine wasn't that bad. I had a utility trailer I got from a buddy. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize the coupler lock on it was broken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so I latch it, and I'm like, oh, we're all good to go.
Well, that was right over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, it was on Fantasy Harbor going on 17.
Nice.
It's kind of a decline.
Nice.
And I guess the trailer just popped up just enough to come off the ball.
Oh.
And fucking, I felt something. I was like, oh, something's not right.
Do you have the chains hooked up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dude. And so I pull over, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And I had a bungee cord. I wrapped, like, fucking 7 times to bungee the coupler to the ball.
Can you do that motion again, please?
One more time? Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, that's I would say that's something pretty scary when the trailer comes off. So, that would be my wife. She's on emergency bypass. Even when my phone's on silent.
That's a thing?
But, yes.
Emergency bypass?
Yeah, when you have an iPhone.
Oh, well, fuck you, dude.
What's the strangest thing, what's the strangest thing y'all have hit, like, in a car?
Mailbox.
Maybe we should put that on there.
Double kill.
Alcohol was involved in that one.
Well, yeah, he did fix it, so let's make sure that's...
Well, we all fixed it.
Well, we all
collectively,
fixed it,
because we were all there to help.
Because I was hungover as shit. And
strangest...
No,
I mean...
Ty fixed it, and John and Chris watched.
I was...
They supervised.
John dug a hole. He dug the holes.
Yeah.
So y'all, like, fixed it on the spot? Or did you come back?
No, the next morning.
Did you tell him?
No, it was his mailbox.
What the fuck?
He got so damn close.
How do you hit your own fucking mailbox?
And
dude?
his neighbors.
And my neighbors.
And your neighbors. Jesus Christ.
Of course, I was extremely fucked up. And
drinking and driving is
do
not
not
okay,
condone.
kids.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do not drink
I was
and
going
drive.
right down the road, actually. But yeah, I went to go back into my own driveway.
Take out your own fucking mailbox, dude.
I went to go back into my own driveway and didn't line up correctly and backed over the...
That's your first mistake. You tried to reverse into a parking spot.
No, his first mistake, he got in that
driving
fucking
home,
car.
Yeah, that was the first mistake. I really should not have done that.
Dude,
I'm sure we've all been there. Everybody who drinks has probably been there.
he called me that night.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
already
I called
home.
him.
I left probably 30 minutes or to an hour ahead of him. I'm already home. I just got into
It
bed.
was a lot longer than that.
It probably was.
Left.
Look, I just got home. I'm just now settling into bed. I got close my eyes. And I got my phone ringing. I'm like, who the fuck?
I'm pretty sure he
It's
said
gone.
fuck you a couple times and hung up.
Oh, you fucking ain't right.
Like I was actually kind of irritated because the phone was going off. And I was like, what the fuck?
Bitch, I'm ready to go to
I see
sleep.
John. I was like, what's the problem? And I answered. He's like, hey.
Hey, hell, fuck up.
Don't hate me at 3:00 in the fucking morning, you piece of shit. Like what? I was like,
hell?
I was like, what's up? He's like, what you asked me? He's like, what you doing? What are you doing? There's some bullshit like that. I'm like,
I'm minding my own fucking business, trying to go to sleep.
I was like, what is it, John? He starts like giggling. He's like, I messed up. And I'm already like thinking the worst. Like, this dude
got
just,
the cops behind him. He's about to go to jail.
or this dude just like crashed into a ditch or hit a car on the side of the road. So I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
And or hit the neighbor's cat or something. I don't know. And he was like, I messed up. I was like, what'd you do? He's like, can you just come down here? Bitch. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I hit the mailbox. Dude, I wish I was on the other end of your phone, because I'm sure all you hear is, are you fucking kidding me?
That's what you heard?
Like, that's what I said, so I wish I could hear it from that end.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? I was like, God damn it. All right. Go down there. I just slammed the truck in park. His fucking truck's stuck over the mail. That's what the problem was.
Yeah, it was stuck on that grate and over the mailboxes. Yeah,
because the way the road is, the road's higher than his driveway, and the driveway is higher than the storm drain.
Oh, dude!
So your truck was humping the mailbox.
Yeah, dude. I was out there for a solid, like, probably 30 minutes before I even called Ty.
What were you panicking? What do I do?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Yeah.
Oh God, what do I do?
Trying to get it off by myself.
Could you imagine what the neighbors were thinking?
Yeah, I know that.
Good thing it was early, it's late at night.
Yeah, that was bad, dude.
Wow.
I get there, he's like
The mailbox.
He's just like wobbling over to me.
Yeah,
I was like, John, what the fuck? I'm like scolding him.
Granted, I have never been that drunk.
Sitting there playing dad.
I was like, what the fuck do you think? Why are you?
What were you thinking?
What? He's like, I was just trying to back up. I was like, what the fuck you backing up into the driveway for?
Wow.
Pull in.
Yeah. No, I park on the road now.
He's like, yeah.
Is that why you park on the road now?
He's like, no, I messed up. I just need help getting this off. And he starts getting to the driver's seat. I'm like, bitch, you push. Fuck, you just hit a mailbox.
Damn
I ain't
right.
letting you down. Like,
I know that's right.
you ain't gonna get up in the ditch next.
Well, I guess, do you guys want to tell the story we're talking about before it went on air, I guess? The guy in the bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, might as well. That's the weirdest.
Well, I'll say mine real quick. Mine was I got two of them. Mine was a turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that turtle,
Oh
dude.
my God, I remember that day.
A turtle?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Dude,
I couldn't move.
We were making he was making a U-turn because of course there was summer traffic going towards the campgrounds and everything, and he turned around, and all I know is that we were all like turtle, and all you heard was pop.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I bet
could
that was
hear the
terrible.
crunch. of
Yeah,
the
you could
shell.
hear the crunching of the shell and
Yeah, that was-
everything. It got pretty quiet.
Yeah,
after
we were
that.
all so super quiet in the truck.
We were like, how could you?
Yeah.
And then actually just recently I went on to this last camping trip, and apparently there was part of a chair, like a shitty
Sweet.
plastic lawn chairs
Oh, okay, yeah.
that breaks so easy if you leave it outside
Yeah.
2 summers in a row.
Yeah. Don't sit in them bitches if you
Oh,
left
yeah.
them sitting
Yeah.
outside.
Those are the ones you see videos of people kicking the back leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there was one in the road, and same thing. Like I couldn't. I mean, there was a shoulder, but it
Yeah.
was like this old country road, and it
Yeah.
just
Country
it drops. You know what I mean? Like there's no like emergency shoulder. And there's somebody coming this side. I was like,
Well,
I got a
hit
huge
the chair.
7x16 trailer behind me.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I ain't swerving this bitch
No.
because it's fully loaded. You know, I'm like.
Yeah.
So the trailer hit it. It demolished that son bitch.
You just see pieces look like it
Fucking
came out of a wood
demolished
chipper.
it.
yeah.
And the people behind me, well,
Sorry for you.
sorry about your bumper, man.
Yeah.
Thing was, he was going to the same place. So,
Oh shit.
yeah, he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I would probably
Sorry,
say my worst thing that I ever hit was a cat.
You hit a cat?
It wasn't on purpose. But I'm here's my thing. All right, listen. My rule. I didn't listen. I'm going to tell you
You're a
because I have a rule.
dirty.
One, I have a rule. Listen. If it's not big enough to destroy my vehicle, I'm not going to wreck my vehicle to avoid hitting it.
That's true.
Okay. Anyway, I was on my way back from Columbia. It was dark outside. super, super dark. It was probably about 9:30 at night. And I was driving my little car. You remember my little black car that I had? I don't know. Some of you may have seen it. It was a tiny little Mazda.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Yeah.
He was a racer.
Somebody, I had a racer before I moved on to a truck. You shut your mouth, Mr.
One of them big
Toyota.
ass, one of the big ass beacon exhausts.
With your fancy fucking roll down back window. I'm not gonna lie, I envy you.
Middle-aged
Really
truck.
you really do. You need like some fucking New Balance and some khaki shorts or something.
New Balance with grass stains.
Grass stains.
I'm wearing Asics. But
You're close. Anyway, I was driving down the road, and there was a car. I was maybe 20 feet behind another car, hauling ass, just trying to get home, doing about 65 or something like that. And excuse me, let me move my feet here. But I was going, and I just saw something run out in front of that car. And that car swerves. That car swerved and missed it. Well, that cat, for some reason, decided, well, shit, he almost hit me there. Let me turn around and go back where I came from.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, I hit this cat apparently in the middle of my car.
Oh, shit.
So I just heard... But as I hit it, it must have slung to either the left side or the right side, because then I heard... Dum dum. And I was like... I kind of feel like a dick, but fucker shouldn't have been out in the road in the first damn place. What made this more fucked up? Wow. I was honestly thinking this was probably a bad luck situation, but I mean, my luck hasn't hit me on that, because this cat was running from right to left. On the right side was a church. On the left side was a cemetery, and this was a black cat.
Oh, poor black cat.
Oh, at least you didn't have to go far.
Yeah, I mean, they could just kind of toss him over there into the cemetery. What the hell? But you know how people have that superstition about black cats and doing shit around fucking churches and cemeteries or some shit like that. I was like, damn, that was fucked up.
You'd be right.
I was like, I'm ready to go home. So I just kept on going. I never stopped. I was like, I'm not going to stop and make sure this cat's okay. I heard 3 thumps happen. This cat's dead.
Yeah, that's about the end of that.
Well, I rode back that next Monday, and I saw that cat on the side of the road, dead. So
that was their last laugh.
Yeah. Well, I took the last 3. I hit the head at first, and then each wheel got number 8 and 9. So
You finished it.
sorry, kitty.
Not
So, Chris,
Before
it's
I
your
interrupt
turn.
yours,
Oh.
actually, I had a buddy which yours kind of reminded me of it. I think I've told you guys before. Anyways, he was driving back from like Sumter or something like that, and he was driving down the road, and he hit a deer, and he makes it. That wasn't the bad part, but it was like he gets not even a mile or 2 down the road after hitting the deer, because he was just like, oh well, I hit it, I'm just gonna keep driving.
Well, yeah.
He gets about mile and a half down the road, whatever, 2 miles, and his truck stops working. It completely shuts off.
That fucking deer was still in that motherfucker, wasn't it?
The antler was. The antler broke off in his oil pan.
I don't know where you're talking about.
Oh, shit.
He gets underneath there, because his lifted truck, kind of like yours, and he gets underneath, sticks his head underneath, and all he sees is the fucking antler broken off inside his oil pan, and
That
nothing
sucks.
but oil was covering everything.
Did it blow the motor?
I think it did. I can't really remember.
If not,
There ain't
close
no
to
oil,
it.
but
Yeah,
it
Someone
shut
had an oil
off.
pressure shut off.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah,
it's
oil
leaking
pressure's
oil, it's got oil. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Shitbox toy.
But no, the shitty thing was that this
Shit
at the
boxulations.
time, I think it was like I think this was like back in like 2018, something like that. And he had pretty much like a brand new fucking truck. It was off the lot. I think he only had it for like 5 months, something like that, and then he was driving back and hit the deer. And
yeah, that sucks.
That's
That'd be a good thing to see if that's covered under warranty. Well, they consider that a random act of God or some shit like that. Don't they consider that? That's like part of insurance policies and shit. Like they'll put that in there. This policy does not cover acts of God or random acts of nature or shit like that. Yeah.
that was definitely a random act of nature, because that was just a gnarly thing to happen.
Yeah.
Baby, what you had to say?
Save the best for last.
Let's save the best for last. That'll be our.
Be the last one here. So
Let's hear it, baby.
One night it was a Saturday night when we're all kind of drinking at the house.
No,
we didn't have that.
No, we weren't.
the way you started off, 'tis a Saturday night.
'Twas a late
Saturday
Saturday night.
Sunday.
We were all having a beverage.
No, I remember because all of us were like, dude, we can't wait to go to this
that's
place
right,
and
that's
get
right.
our first beers
That's
of the
right.
night.
Yeah, I remember that Snapchat. Y'all were sober.
Yeah, we were like, dude, now we need this
Or at
first
least you
beer
were
of the
after
night.
that.
Yeah.
Well, we're driving in. I wanted to say a friend's car at the time. It was a
Fair enough.
2017 BMW X6. And after we tell the story, I want you guys to guess what the repair bill was.
Oh, I
I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot.
kind of remember
Yeah,
it, but
Anyway,
We're driving in the
let's get
left-hand
to that
lane,
part.
and of course you guys were both there, and we had our other buddy Nick with us, and I was in the front seat. I remember seeing a bicycle come out of the median in front of the car.
You having fun stroking your bottle there?
it's like going down slow.
You're advertising
Anyway.
right now. Quit advertising.
And
They ain't paying
yeah,
us.
all I remember was saying like, "Oh shit," and she slammed on the brakes and swerved a little bit, but
Thump thump.
we clipped him pretty hard. I remember like looking and just seeing the dude, like the passenger side window windshield here. I just remember seeing his shirt.
Oh, so he went flying.
He
Oh,
went
yeah, no,
flying.
he was
So we were in the left
over.
lane. This man landed on the sidewalk.
Fuck.
No, he landed in the road. He was able to drag himself over to the sidewalk because he was not able to walk.
But the dude had a new bicycle, case of beer. About to have a grand old Saturday night, and fucking here he comes, and broken bicycle, beer went flying, landed in some dude's yard.
You know, real quick, let me cut you off for a second. This kind of makes me wonder because there is a homeless guy that hangs out right there by the plaza. A lot.
No, he was
No, it's
Hispanic.
farther down.
Oh, he was his.
Just by the
Oh,
churches.
okay, we're
Plus
good.
he lived-
Because there was a guy he was saying he got hit by a car on one of his legs, and he had this big gash on his leg. But yeah, this was a white guy. So.
No, that's
no,
definitely
Okay,
Hispanic.
okay.
Yeah, he
the
lived.
paramedics
His
came.
address was
Okay.
right around the corner. And
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Paramedics
Alright,
came
cool.
and said that his bone was sticking out of his kneecap.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like
Ow.
you walk. I don't think you saw it, but I remember walking up, and I just remember the dude sitting there and seeing
that
the white
hurt.
sticking out of his leg. I was like,
yeah.
"That's gnarly."
Yeah.
The man had like no reflectors in the wheels. He took those off. It was a black bike.
He fucked himself.
Wearing dark clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Very
you
dark
see me, he's
Those
naturally
BMWs
dark
got-
skinned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't. The only bright thing was the Corona box. Yeah.
And the whites of his eyes.
They got bright headlights, those BMWs have. And that's what even the cop said. He said, you know, these guys got the brightest headlights on the fucking road. He's like, I don't know how he didn't see you.
Didn't she have the high beams on at that point too? Because there was something wrong with it. I thought she had 'em.
Yeah.
Now, can you guys guess what the repair bill was?
Probably well over 10 grand.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
16? Was it 16?
I can't remember.
A little lower.
It was about 14K.
It was $12,000
Yeah.
for a hood, a headlight, and a fender.
Fucking.
I had a buddy, he had like an old,
Yeah. That's it.
or I guess it wasn't old, but it was early 2000s BMW. Nice little car. But he ended up running over a curb somehow, acting like a fucking idiot, and busted the oil pan.
Oh,
$6 grand
Jesus.
to replace the oil pan.
What in the hell, man?
Yeah. But that's why I don't drive that shit. Fucking Chevrolet. I mean, fucking Chevy. There are all these new vehicles. Shit's
It's getting
expensive now. But my old car that I had, when I blew the motor, I started looking online. Shit, I could have put a new motor in that thing for $1,500. But it wasn't worth it to me. I was like, fuck it. Now's the time. I've been wanting a new truck. I blew this sumbitch up. Let's go shopping.
Yeah.
So, and then I realized everything for that truck is fucking expensive.
Very.
It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Well,
well, I
This
think
was
that
a-
about wraps up our episode there.
this was a great discussion.
Yeah.
Especially because we had
No.
Call this one
planned.
story time.
I mean,
So-
some of them. Sometimes these are the best ones.
There's some
Yeah.
deep topics, actually.
But yeah, if you guys like what you're hearing, follow us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook or TikTok. Slightly's Moments on TikTok.
or Sentai
definitely-
nudes.
Or who?
Or Sentai nudes.
No, we don't have none of those.
Nude tie, 2022.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, if you like us, go and
All right, damn.
check us out. Definitely make sure to download us on Spotify. Give us our 5-star rating. And if you don't, I hope you trust the wrong fart.
Oh.
See you guys.
Ta-ta!
Bye.